go ahead and start on the next one. So you're going to take what you've already done. You're going to continue to use it. So now we're doing the word problems. You're just going to have to read these very carefully to make sure you understand what they're saying, okay? All right. So Melissa went shopping and spent half of her money. So we know that half of her money, we don't know the amount of money. So 1/2 of her money was spent on shoes. She also spent 1/3, so 1/3 of it was spent on a blouse. 1/10 to take her boyfriend to lunch. So 1/10 to take her boyfriend to lunch. She came home with $12. So how much did she start with? All right. Now if we add all of these up, then we're going to find out how much she started with. So we have fractions. We have more than what we had a while ago, but it's okay. So we're going to take and get a common denominator all the way across. Now, let's go ahead and make this a fraction and this a fraction. So what number does 2, 3, and 10 have in common? It just happens to be 30. So I'm going to take and multiply 2 by 15. That would give me 30. 3 by 10. 10 by 3. Now, 1 I have to multiply by 30. And again, 1 by 30. So that's going to give me 15x over 30 plus 10x over 30 plus 3x over 30 plus 360 over 30. And that's equal to 30x over 30. Now, remember the rule is if we have the same denominator all the way across, we can cancel it out and then just set it up like a regular addition problem. So 15x plus 10x plus 3x plus 360 is equal to 30x. Combine your like terms, 15, 10 is 25, plus 3 is 28, plus the 360 is equal to 30x. Get x by itself, so I'm going to subtract 28. That gives me 360 is equal to 2x, divided by 2, and x is equal to 180. She started out with $180. There you go. All right, let's do the next one. So, a lady's pearl necklace broke when her infant son pulled too hard on it. Half of her pearls. So 1x over 2, so half of her pearls fell on the floor. A fourth rolled under the chair. A sixth fell into her lap. And 3 pearls remained on the strand. How many were there originally? We don't know. Let's go ahead and make these to a fraction. If I add all of these, it'll let me know. Now, I need a common denominator with 2, 4, and 6. So if I look at that, 2, 4, and 6, what do they have in common? They have the number 12. So I can multiply by 6, multiply by 3, multiply by 2. 1 to 12, we have to multiply by 12. Now I'm going to have the same denominator all the way across. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel those out. Okay? 6 times 1x is 6x. 3 times 1x is 3x. 2 times 1x is 2x. 3 times 12 is 36. And then 12 times x is 12x. There you go. Combine your like terms. 6 plus 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11. I want to get the x's together, so I'm going to subtract 11. And that's going to give me 36 is equal to x. There you go. All right, if you want to pause and try some of these just to see, this next one's going to be a little bit different. So you can pause and try and see if you can get some of them. All right, half of a number. So half of a number added to its third part, so a third of it. So a half of the number added to a third is, that is lets me know that it's equal. 8 less than the number. So x minus 8. Now let's just get a common denominator. Okay? All right, if I want to make this a fraction, then that way we can get a common denominator all the way across, but a common denominator is going to be 6. Multiply by 3, multiply by 2. To get 1 to 6, I'm going to have to multiply by 6. It just gave me the same thing all the way across. So now I have 3x plus 2x is equal to 6x minus 48. Combine my like terms, that's 5x is equal to 6x minus 48. I want to get my x's together, so minus 6x. That gives me a negative x is equal to negative 48. I'm not done because I have the negative. So I want to get rid of that negative. I'm going to divide by negative 1. So x is equal to 48. And there you go. All right, let's try the next one. All right, 3/5. So 3/5 of a number plus 8 is equal to the number. What's the number? Let's go ahead and make this a fraction. What's a common denominator? It would be 5. So I can multiply by 5 here, by 5 here. That's going to get rid of that, so I have 3x plus 40 is equal to 5x. Get my x's together. I'm left with 40 is equal to 2x. Divide by 2. X is equal to 20. And there's your answer. Okay? Next one. Half of a number. So half of a number plus a fifth. Now this one is tricky the way it says. Plus a fifth of 2 less than a number. So plus x, 1x minus 2 over 5 is 4 less than the number, so x minus 4. There you go. Now, common denominator would be 10. So I'm going to multiply by 5. Multiply by 2. Then I'm going to multiply by 10 if we make this a fraction. Okay? So that gives us 5x. Remember, we have to distribute that 2 to the x and the negative 2. So plus 2x minus 4. And then you have to distribute the 10 to the x minus 4. So 10x minus 40. Combine our like terms. 7x minus 4 is equal to 10x minus 40. I want to keep my x positive if at all possible, so I'm going to move the 7x. So minus 7x. So we have negative 4 is equal to 3x minus 40. Now I'm going to move that 40. So add 40. We have 36 is equal to 3x. Divide by 3. And x is equal to 12. All right, you got one more. Maybe try to pause it, just see if you can get it. If not, it's okay. These are a little bit harder. You just have to be very careful when you're reading it. All right, half of a number added to a fifth of 3 less. Then the number is equal to 2/3 of the number. What's the number? So we need a common denominator. So 2, 5, and 3, it's going to be 30. Multiply by 15. Multiply by 6. Multiply by 10. That will give us the same thing all the way across. Then we have 15x. Distribute that 6 to the x in the negative 3. So plus 6x minus 18 is equal to 20x. Combine like terms. 21x minus 18. Get my x's together, so subtract 21x. Negative 18 is equal to negative x. We don't want the negative there, so we're going to have to divide by negative 1. And all that does is change our sign. So x is equal to 18. And there's your answer. All right, like I said, this one's a little bit challenging. It's okay. I just want you to try it, practice it. Be careful in reading it. If you have trouble, don't hesitate to ask.